Hi, Kim. My name is Monique Olivis, and we're here in Lisa Larry. And it's a timeline. The farm building project for Larimer. We're made up of a diverse group of community residents that care a great deal about our community. Our lead agency is the LCG, which is the Larimer Consensus Group. And as a group, we have been meeting about issues of our built environment that impacts our quality of life and our life expectancy. This January, we have met with the BEC and city officials to look at data and possible ways to address specific conditions that affect us in Larimer, such as sidewalks, trees, lighting, vacant lots, traffic calming, and our overall public health regarding the social determinants of health. Tonight we have Stephen Carter that will share a recap of our public health workshop, and Lisa Lowry that will be talking about traffic calming. And I already introduce ourselves. So, Lisa.
Okay, if anybody don't know what traffic calming is, it's basically deliberate slowing of traffic in residential areas by building speed bumps and other obstruction. Um, that was our fifth workshop that we worked on, and we hosted that in May. We explored how traffic calming related to different um dif- directly by Vision Zero. They had did also did some research themselves to eliminate the fatalities in our neighborhood um of our seniors in car accidents. PennDOT and city planning was also had information for us that was given to us on spreadsheets. Well, they printed out the sheets, put them in our folders. Um, and Vision Zero brought us agencies to advance in the goal of zero traffic deaths through roadways, designing education with policies, changes to uphold community to a safety protocol. Okay, we reviewed data like crash and hotspots, which a lot of them was along Lormer. Um, we looked at other data of neighborhoods where they had levels of crashes and injuries, and see what the future will hold if we can eliminate some of that stuff. Um, Pittsburgh streets actually showed 17 fatalities in 2024, involving people in car accidents. So and so on and so on. We discussed why drivers often speed, and basically that was because they felt that there was no speed limit sign, so we might as well just drive the way we want to, you know. And it's just the feel of the road, you know. So as we also learned effective ways to do traffic calming, changing the street itself. Okay, we was happy to say that we have speed bumps out there now.
Right.
We discussed them and also the raising of crosswalks and zoning changes. So we was also told, and some of us already knew in the Larimer area, that we could call 311 and report speeders, um, people running through stop signs, you know, and also complain that we need stuff. Like that we need them to slow down coming across that bridge. You know, Domi's priorities was to reduce speed, traffic, volume, and by us giving them our information, and hopefully they put it in the data process, it helped us get them speed bumps out there. Um, and a lot of the reports that you could give on 311, most of them that get done, they come off the list, but then the ones that don't get done, they stay on the list. So even though it might not have got done, it will eventually, hopefully, get done by being on the list of 311 dealing with traffic calming. We played Family Feud, y'all, and we answered some questions pertaining to the tools to use calming traffic. Um, One was dangerous streets in Pittsburgh. You had to ask questions about that and get the right answer. Um, what is the count as part time of the building environment? So I think it's lots, lots. I do a lot of shorthand. So also how we can raise the concerns, like make a big deal about it, even if we got a protest. Because I think that's what the doctor was talking about. It's time to start protesting and demanding what we need for our communities. So here we are now. Together we can build stronger and safer neighborhoods. One workshop, one connection, one block at a time. And that was on the trafficking. On our sixth, we had another workshop. We had 12 of them, but we on the sixth workshop, which talked about mapping, including also the traffic calming, improves or needed. We learned that a lot about what we can do to have it done. And one of the things was talking about the art in the neighborhood. We can change it, put up some poles, extend the sidewalk with the paints, like it's been done now. Like on Frankstown, you might see that. Some parts of the Center Avenue, you might see that. Um, so we learned that the database do hold a lot of things pertaining to unsafe neighborhoods from 2019 to 2024 as far as traffic is concerned. Due to unclear weather, injuries by aggressive drivers, and actually distracted drivers. So, so we did discuss the murals of art. We actually established a group so we can go further on discussing the art and coming up with a design of what we're going to do. Um, and I'm part of that group. I like to paint, so yeah. Using this, we're gonna infuse art and put it in different areas where it will more or less make people stop and say, "Hey, I gotta look at my surroundings." Um, maybe even come out and bring some friends and just talk about, the neighborhood, talk about the art.
Right.
Making the neighborhood safe and also slowing down speeders, people that speed. So I like to thank BEC, City Health Department, LCG, because we have accomplished to get the information out and project a lot of things that's going to be done, especially the art. I can't wait to do that.
Right.
And I think that's all I had.
Hey, I don't know if that is for you. All right. How y'all feeling? Like, is this presentation like is this good? Cause I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I really feel like everything that we're talking about right now, like I might need a whole day, I might need a whole week to sit down with all this because it's just so important. Um, but once again, my name is Stephen Carter. As you can see, my presentation is called In Lorm Perspective. One of my favorite songs. I just put it together. I'm a Larimer resident. Um, I'm just gonna quickly go through this. I know we're short on time. Um, I already introduced myself. I'll talk about why I was excited to participate. What topic I chose and why. Obviously, that topic is public health. And what it has to do with Larimer. What I learned or found rewarding about like being here. What I'm most proud of. What I'm most proud slash excited about, and we'll just close out. So I already introduced myself, but I chose these two pictures right here because once again I'm a Larimer resident. I did a photo shoot. Does anybody know where this is right here? Does anybody?
That's LA food.
Yeah, right here. Just does anybody know where the background's from? Right there. That's the Jamaican store right there. If you look at it, if you look at it now, like, and shout out to the Larimer Consensus Group, like, it looks a lot better now. You know what I mean? But this is still like, um, what's the word? This is still retro, you know? So,
And as you can see, I obviously took a picture right here. Where Alarmer Avenue is, because like one thing a lot of people don't know is like where Alarmer is. Um, just growing up in school, I used to have to like tell people like I'm from East Liberty, but I like got out of it. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm from Larimer. As you can see, got the hat on, hard to the people. I gotta represent where I'm from.
That's
So why was I excited to participate? Obviously I love my neighborhood like to the fullest. Um, I've been living here for a very long time. I went to Lincoln Elementary. Um, uh, Going into like my past involvement, like I've done so much stuff with the Kingsley Center. Um, I think it's called the youth. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called the Youth Advisory Council, but I could be wrong. But I did so much stuff with Kingsley. As you can see, me and Miss T right here. We were doing a food drive whenever the pandemic happened. Like I was there, Miss T was there, Larimer Consensus Group was there, and we did a food drive, and it was like that. It felt very rewarding to me to be able to help my community. Like this, I just feel like it's really important to, you know, be involved and help my community. Also, where I participated is education. Like I said, I got a young mind, so I got to learn, and not only learn, but the knowledge that I have, I got to share it out with others, especially others that want to learn. So real quick, this two people. Um, how does this picture make you feel? Good. Okay. Anybody else?
For that, I like to live there.
Okay. We might. Is it? Does anybody? Where's this at? Does anybody know where this is at? Right down the street. This is the Llama. I picked this picture because one of the things we want to be getting into is our public health. This looks like public health to me. Like, like it's just so beautiful. Like I'm an artist, and the dream just really stands out. And yeah, I had to pick this picture right here. So yeah. Yeah.
It do in the summertime.
So big. How much time do I have? How much time do I have? How much time do I got? Oh, okay. All right. So what is public health? A real quick shout out to India Hunter. Uh, she works in public health, and she did an amazing presentation, and she one of the reasons why I'm even doing this. But public health is the science of protecting and improving the health of the people uh in their communities, and that's according to the CDC. So you're probably thinking like, what does public health even have to do with Larmer? Everything. That's why we're here. Services are put in place to help people live better, and longer than the community would benefit and be empowered. Um, so with all that to say, I remember earlier we were talking about the social determinants of health. So first we have our economic stability, or our neighborhood and physical environment. Education's third. Fourth, we have our food. Uh, Fifth, we have our community and social context. And then fifth, we have our healthcare system. And I like this really stood out to me so much because this is the key. This is the key to like really living a sustainable life. But with the neighborhood power building project, we're focusing right here. This is our focus because we have all these ideas and stuff, but we got to narrow stuff down. So we got to focus here, which is within the neighborhood and physical environment. And as you can see, within that focus is housing, transportation, safety, parks, playgrounds, walkability. Uh, Real quick about walkability on Lincoln Avenue, like going towards Sunoco. When I was in high school, I fell. And everybody laughed. Like there's just this one sidewalk that just has not been fixed since I was a little kid. Like it just hasn't been fixed. And so I feel like walkability is definitely important. Housing, like shout out to the Larimer Consensus Group, because they've been focused on a lot of these components. But I know housing is definitely one of the things that they've been going around making sure housing is good for Larimer residents. Transportation. I feel like I mean I live on Latson Street, and I'm able to catch the bus, you know, I'm 5 minutes away from a bus stop, but not everybody is 5 minutes away from the bus stop. And I've been taking the bus my whole life, and I kid you not, even though we're here to get our voices heard in here, like we also gotta reach out to what is it, Pittsburgh Regional Transit. Um, I, I'm used to Port Authority or whatever. Yeah, but we gotta make sure. Yeah, yeah, because they've been cutting the buses, fares going up. So like, make sure that even though we're here, we're doing what we're doing here. Make sure also like if you have trouble with transportation and you're taking the bus, make sure your voice is heard there. Like, one quote I go by is, "How would the world know you exist if you don't speak up?" You know.
You gonna see it.
So like, what have I learned? So what have I learned or just found rewarding? I feel like I learned a lot. Like I didn't realize that the as far as the life expectancy here is 62 years old. I'm exactly. I'm trying to live longer than that, and I would love it for those who are older than me to um live longer than that. So I just feel like, when it comes to the social determinants of health, like I said, that's key, and we really have to pay attention to that. Work in, move out. Um, what I found rewarding is just being here with all of you. Like, I'm for my community, I'm for my people all day, every day. Howard to the people, all day, every day, all day, every day. Um, what am I most proud of? Um, I'm proud to be alive. I'm proud to be around y'all. I'm proud to be able to use my voice. Um, like just proud to even just continue, like even since high school, just continue to just be in my community. I love Larimer. I'm telling y'all, I love Larimer without a passion. Like, I love it. Um, I'm excited to continue doing more of this with y'all. I'm excited about that. Um, so I want to give my shout outs to obviously the Black Equity Coalition. Just thank you. I thank God for even discovering y'all. Like that's just amazing to me, discovering who y'all are. Shout out to my group, Neighborhood Power Project. Thank you for like being consistent, and especially y'all that have been showing up every single month. That's important. Showing up. Shout out to the Still City Squash, Squash. For this space, we used to be at Kingsley, but we here, and that's okay. Sometimes you got to move to a different environment. Um, Shout out to the LCG. LCG raised me. Like I said, I started in Kingsley, but I'm here now, and I've learned so much. Being in the LCG. Once again, shout out to India Hunter because her public health presentation is just phenomenal. Whenever she comes back, like she got to do a part two because it was lovely. And shout out to the CDJC. Y'all presentation, I would was phenomenal. So shout out to y'all. Like, straight up. Er, oh, thank you. But yeah, thank you.